as I say.
From the fields to the stands, we were raised on that dream. Every name, every town, stitched together in green. Got the hearts, got the hands, got a story to write. All the hope of a land burning bright in the night. Shoulders touching, hear the thunder start. Every heartbeat marching like a drum. Hear our call, green, white, roar, we give it all. Lift that flag up to the sky for the Republic. We'll never hide. Side by side, one small island, giant pride. Sing it louder, make history. This is our time, our team, our victory. Oh, 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 oh. In the rain.
There you go. What a great way to start a new channel, Philip.
Silent movie.
Good evening. Silent movie. Good evening and welcome to Ireland Till We Die. Yes, you heard it right. Not THFC Till We Die. That is the Tottenham side of the brand. This is Ireland Till We Die, where we talk everything Irish soccer from the League of Ireland, from the top of Derry down to the bottom where Cork is. We go from Wexford over to where Galway is. We follow the left up and down the country of Irish soccer. And then, of course, we'll follow them across Europe. And also, we'll follow the national team all the way to USA 26. Well, hopefully anyway. Joining me on this new adventure is a man that's seen it all. He was there at the start of the league formation back in 1921. He has seen everything. He has seen everything from the formation of the league to Liam Brady to Jack Charlton to Mick McCarthy. He was there even when Ireland beat England at Everton in 1946. He was there. He was in the touchline. But of course, he is backed by popular demand. It's like getting the band back together. So what can possibly go wrong? It is Philip Brady. How are you, Philip? You've missed this,
all
haven't
right.
you?
Seeing as you have me down at about 143 years of age, I don't remember seeing you at the start in 1921, but I'm sure you were there somewhere.
I wasn't there. I wasn't even born yet. You look well for your age. I have to say, Philip, you do look well for your age.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm cryogenically frozen every Friday night. So.
Is that what Mary does then? She sticks you into the freezer.
Yeah, she warms me up on the Sunday night, puts me back out again. Anyway, listen, this is great. This is great. The League of Ireland kicked off there a couple of weeks back or a week ago. Although the weather's played a big part in some of the games not taking place, but we have a very exciting season ahead of us. We have 10 teams vying out for the title, all trying to catch Shamrock Rovers, the record title holders of 22 titles. And it's going to be a good one. And we all have a little favourites. I'll divulge who my favourite is after a while, as Dermot will. But this is going to be good.
And it's a channel that we've been talking about for a little while, isn't it, Philip? And as much as we all do love Spurs, and as much as we all love our Premier League club, Ireland's always close to our hearts, and the Irish soccer scene and the national team's always close to our hearts. And where it was great doing it over there, we felt it couldn't get its own sort of wings and spread, and that is the idea. It is part of a brand, isn't it, Philip? It is part of a brand of Till We Die. We've got the Tottenham side, and now got the Irish side. We have a gaming channel plus a political channel. Me and Philip do with the Irish independent journalist Ronan McGeevy as well, which another one will be coming up very soon. But Philip, it's important that we give the Irish Irish soccer its own sort of show, because we are Irish people. We live in Ireland, and I think we have to give it all the love and attention it deserves.
Yeah, plus the fact it's a nice little refreshing antidote from what's been going on at Tottenham for the last while, which I'm hoping changes from next Sunday. But it's nice to have something to divert our attentions and take away the frustrations of being a Spurs fan.
It does. It does. So, Phil, what we're doing then, tell the people what we're covering on this channel, because we're covering quite a bit and it's going to be very in depth. There's going to be a weekly podcast on the rest of on the whole of the League of Ireland soccer. And we're going to have guests coming on. I think we're trying to organise an ex-president of St. Pat's that's coming on probably in the next couple of weeks, which would be a great one for us. But Philip, what else can people look forward to in this long journey of following Irish soccer?
For anybody that mightn't know the way the League of Ireland works, the games are played on a Monday and a Friday. Well, Friday and a Monday actually, usually Friday night and Monday night. It's summer soccer. It starts in February and finishes around June, July time before the other European countries start their season. The League of Ireland has been going for 105 years. It was started in 1921. And it's actually very unusual in so much as there are 10 teams in the Premier League, okay? There's also a Division 2 and there's also a Women's League. But there is one team from Northern Ireland playing in it, which, if you think about it, is the equivalent of, say, Glasgow Celtic or Glasgow Rangers playing in the Premiership from a different country that you play. Even though we class it as one country, technically it's two countries. So Derry City are the team from the north that play in the League of Ireland. And a very successful team they are as well, and a very good team. And, of course, we've got the added impetus this season of James McLean, maybe still
coming back to Derry, hasn't he?
Gone back to play for Derry now, so along with his brother. So what we'll be doing here is we're going to have access to all matches played in the League of Ireland on a Friday and a Monday. We'll pick and choose which one we're going to use as a watch along. The watch alongs will be done by Dermot. And he'll be getting myself and other guests will be coming on at half time and full time to give our opinions on what's been going on. And that's pretty much the same format as Dermot does with the Tottenham watch alongs. And as Dermot said earlier, I have a contact who's an ex-president of St. Patrick's Athletic who knows Irish football inside out. He's going to be coming on an occasional basis to give us his views on things. And we also have, as Dermot said, Ronan McGreevy from the Irish Times, who is a joint Tottenham and St. Pat's fan, and he'll be coming on as well to give us a view. So that's where we're at. That's what we'll be doing. We'll be starting this Friday night with a watch along, and now there are a number of excellent games on Friday. We'll have to see which one to pick. I think the pick of the games, though, would probably be Shamrock Rovers versus St. Pat's. Now, this will be Shamrock Rovers' first game of the season, because the previous two matches have been rained off because of the weather. So, and another fantastic match on Friday is Derry versus Bohemians. So we'll see.
Be very interested. Yeah. And I think also, Philip, we will be covering the boys in green and their journey to World Cup 2026 and beyond.
Absolutely.
And also the women's side as well. I think the women have done fantastically over the last couple of years, actually, over here. They've really outshone the men's side. But I think it was right we did this, Philip, because I think we could all get wound up, I suppose, with the Premier League and Tottenham and everything. And we seem to forget where we come from. We seem to forget that the league we have here, which is a very good league, by the way, is a very competitive, interesting league. There's 3 cup, just to give you a brief as well onto that, there's 3 cup competitions. We have the FAI Cup, the President's Cup, and the League of Ireland Cup, which is like the League Cup for the guys in the Premier League. But it is, the league has grown over the last few years, Philip. Attendance have been through the roof, and League of Ireland sides are doing well in Europe as well. We will be covering the teams in Europe. What's the most you're looking forward to sort of educating and bringing our subscribers along the journey? What's the one sort of area you're looking forward to, Philip, to?
I'm hoping that anyone that hasn't really seen Irish football before is going to be pleasantly surprised by the standard. Now, there are the way the Irish League, or the League of Ireland, works is the grounds are generally quite small, with the exception of Tallaght, which holds 11,000. The grounds are small, and let's be honest, some of them are not in the best of shape. But attendances over the past few years have gone through the roof. Like there was even a situation last season with Shelbourne that you couldn't get a ticket for some of the matches that were sold out. The same for St. Pat's. you know. And the teams that were in Europe last season, that was Shamrock Rovers, Shelbourne, and St. Pat's. Now, comparison to the money it was made by the teams in the Champions League and the Europa League, it's buttons. But I mean, some of these teams made 450 to 500,000 euros, which is enough to run those clubs for 2 or 3 years.
Yeah,
because the players are technically, they're all a lot of loanee players from other leagues, and a lot of maybe veterans who've seen better days in the other leagues and come back in to finish their careers here, and they are wouldn't be on huge wages. So it's a strange one, really. But the improvement in the standard over the last 4 or 5 years has been incredible. It really has. And the FAI, we might criticize them. We do criticize them, deservedly criticize them. But they have done a fair bit of work. Not enough, but they've done a fair bit of work in bringing the standard up. And then, of course, the national team are giving us all heart failure. Not leaving it to the 94th minute to score against Hungary to get us through to the playoffs. If they go through to USA in June and July, which I think they will, then this channel will become extremely relevant because we'll be covering all the Irish matches on us.
Yeah, we will at 3 o'clock in the morning. You can notice me up there with. I'll have a can of. I'll have to have a load of Red Bulls or something to keep me awake. Well, let's welcome a few people in. Of course, it is a brand new channel, and Philip, we're already up to 22 subs already. So great. Big up to everyone over on the THFC Till We Die gang that have come over. So big up to you. If you are enjoying it, do hit the like. We really want to grow this channel as much as we've grown the Tottenham channel, and we really want to grow it and make sure it becomes its own standalone channel and really show that you never can beat the Irish. Let's put it that way. But anyway, big up to Wayne Bonner. Philip's giggling to himself. He knows what I mean by that. Big up to Wayne. Says good evening, folks. Yeah, now you haven't done one of these for a full little while, Philip. So I think it should get the Mr. Brady sort of oomph.
No. Say good evening. That's all. My voice is gone. Wayne is a loyal and frequent contributor to THFC Till I Die. It's great to see him over here. Yeah,
big up to you, Wayne. He says Steve Kenny in. Yeah, right. Okay. Anyone that knows me knows about my love of you. What, Philip?
I don't think you'll be agreeing with that point,
Yeah, anyone knows my love affair with Stephen Kenny would know that I think he's the most useless manager ever to been born. So that's my thought.
That's saying something.
That's saying something. Big up to Rhino. He says, big up Dermo, just subbed. How's your team doing in Ireland?
You haven't announced which team you're following yet on this, Dermot.
Let's put it this way. They're doing as bad as Tottenham. And they'll never get out of Division 1. Never gonna. Big up to Rain. He says, let's show the Irish lads some love. Big up to you, Rhino. And Wayne says, my mum's Irish. Can't let the channel down. Big up to you. Where's your man from, by the way, Wayne? Let us know where she's from. Right, Philip, where do you want to start, bud? Do you want to start League of Ireland? Do you want to start teams in Europe? Do you want to start the national team? Where do you want to start tonight?
Oh, I think we'll start. We'll just do a quick rundown as to where things finished last season. Again, for people that aren't that familiar. The league title was won by Shamrock Rovers last season. It was their 22nd
time. Yeah,
away and above the most leading title winner in the country. They play at the stadium out in Tala, which has a capacity around 11,000, and that's also where most of the Irish teams play the European matches because their grounds are not up to European standard. Which is the next thing the FAI have to do, is to get the likes of the Shelbourne ground, which is if they could film. If they were doing a replay of a new film about the 1921 FA Cup final when Tottenham won, they could film it in the Shelbourne ground because it would not look out of place date-wise. It's really dated. Yeah. And then you've also got Bohemians who play in Dalymount Park this season, and that's their last season in Dalymount Park. It's actually been I don't know what they're turning it into, but they're moving somewhere else. But there's an interesting connection here, Don. I'm not sure if you know this. An interesting connection between Bohemians and Dalymount Park and Tottenham. Back in
where Ozzy made his debut?
Well, that's true, and I was at that match. Ozzy and Ricky made their debut there in 1978 when they had ticker tape coming down from the ground, and the place was absolutely packed. I don't think it's been as full ever since now because with reduced capacity. But the connection is in 1983 when Tottenham were redeveloping the West Stand. they changed the floodlight system at White Hart Lane.
Yeah.
And Bohemians bought the floodlight pylons. So those pylons that are above Dalymount Park at the moment used to be at White Hart Lane. That's an interesting bit of trivia, isn't it? Anyway, keep going. I should have admitted that Shelbourne came in third place. Shelbourne were the league winners the year before under what do you call him? Oh, his name's gone from me. The ex-Chelsea winger. What do you call him?
Oh, Damien Duff.
Damien Duff. You know, I'm blind there for a minute. Yeah, Damien Duff. He left actually, and Shells finished down to third. Bohemians came fourth. St Patrick's Athletic missed out on Europe by coming fifth. Drogheda came sixth. My local team, Sligo Rovers, came seventh. Galway United were eighth. Waterford were ninth. And in last place and relegated to Division 1 were Cork, which is quite a blow to the people of Cork not to have a team in the Premier Division. And they were replaced by a team that should never have been in Division 1, Dundalk. Now, Dundalk, again, have history with Tottenham. Back in 1981, they held us to a 1-1 draw in the Cup Winners' Cup in Dundalk, Oriel Park, Dundalk, and we scraped through in the second leg. So they're back in the Premiership again. So the matches that have been played on Friday night are Derry versus Bohemians, Shelbourne versus Galway, Waterford versus Sligo, a local derby between Dundalk and Drogheda, and Shamrock Rovers and St Pat's. So that's the first week.
Yeah, well, I think St Pat's and Shamrock Rovers is going to be a cracking game.
It is. It is.
And also, look, I think Derry with James McLean coming back, I think it's going to be great for Derry as well. I think I also think for the money side of for the game for them, they're going to make a hell of a lot of merchandise.
Yeah,
you know, he's very popular. James McLean, he really is.
He's at home as well. There'll be no problems with standing up for national anthems or Poppy Day or anything now. You know, he has been a controversial character, but it'd be great for Derry.
Do you know what, Philip? I think fair play to him. I think if you got, so you should. And the amount of abuse he got for standing for his beliefs, I think is fair play to him.
But I know that when he left Wrexham, they absolutely loved him at Wrexham. They were crying in the street when he left. You know, so fair dues to him. That's all I can say.
Yeah. Just to give you a shout on the first division, Philip, which is a very competitive league at the moment, and I have got the league table here, so I'm going to bring it up. And I got a little bit of a shock, by the way, when I saw this league table, because I was sort of leading Rhino down a garden path of not truths, if I'm being honest. Because my local side, my county, the mighty Wexford, is firmly, there you go, Philip, at the top of the league. Look at that. We're at top of that there. Wexford are top with one win. We're after one match, we've won the league.
We've won it.
We've won it. We're going to get promotion to the Premier League. Come on, you yellow bellies. We've got Athlone Town in second. We've got UCD, which is University of Dublin. And third, we've got Cork City trying to get back into the Premier League. In fourth, we've got Bray Wanderers, also another place close to my heart. In fifth, Longford Town. In sixth, Finn Harp.
They're my nearest club. They're only 20 miles from here.
Yeah. Kerry FC as well. Trinity United FC, and then Cuban Ramblers down the bottom. So, Philip, it was an interesting start. Where do you see the biggest threats this year? Where's the biggest threat do you think for the champions this year? Because a lot of teams have strengthened over the summer, over the sort of the off season. So, are you expecting more of a competitive league this year? Because I am. I think it's going to be much more competitive than it has been over the last couple of seasons.
Yeah, I think my dark horses are Derry. I think Derry. You see, the Derry have a lot of advantages. They play on an artificial pitch as well, which kind of gives them advantage on home matches. The Rovers will be very strong. They will be hard to beat. I would say another one that could come up on the rails is St Pat's. Like St Pat's have done very well financially. In fact, they got that $1.5 million from Tottenham for Mason Melia, who hasn't still injured actually, but that was a record. That was a record signing at that stage. I think Arsenal may have beaten it since that, but Mason Melia will be a great. He's got add-ons as well, so there'll be more money coming into St Pat's. So they're not my choice of a team this season, but I think St. Pat's could do very well. As for relegation, I think Waterford are going to struggle.
I think so.
They just about avoided it last season, so I think they might go down. And if I had to go for a dark horse that nobody will give a chance to, Sligo Rovers. They're very well managed, lovely little ground, tight little ground up in Sligo there, and very hard place to go to and get a result.
I do know what Sligo would be my dark horse. Might be worth a few euro on Sligo doing something this year. Maybe
I don't think they'll win it, but they could get in the top 4.
I mean, Shelburne did do well last year, Philip, winning the league and quite convincingly as well. What do you think? And the Irish teams are doing well in Europe as well, in the Conference League, and getting to the playoffs as well. Where are you with it all, with Irish teams in Europe? We have improved over the last, say, 3 or 4 years, haven't we, League of Ireland wise? And go on.
No, Shamrock Rovers got through to the group stages of the conference.
Yeah, did,
which was a fantastic achievement for them. And in fact, to do that with the extra traveling, I mean, I think they had to go to Azerbaijan for one of the matches, which is a 6-hour flight. Still come back and win the league, because the effect European football can have on Premiership teams. Not thinking of anyone in particular now, but I am Tottenham. So we couldn't win an argument after a European match. But Rovers came back and held on and won the title and earned a lot of money in Europe, as did Shelburne and St. Pat's. But if you look at that, they're all Dublin teams. Dublin do have the dominant. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 Dublin teams in the top 10.
Yeah,
which is a lot, which means a lot of local derbies, and how local derbies can be more competitive than playing someone 100 miles down the road. So
can I just say, I just want to say something on the derbies here. If anyone think the derbies over here are not as what's the word I'm looking for, Philip, are not as vigorous or not as if you thought the 1980s were bad hooligan wise, you haven't seen the Dublin derby. Celtic and Rangers is like a tea party compared to a Dublin a derby in Dublin.
The Celtic and Rangers fans come over to a St. Pat's and Bows match just for practice.
That's what they do. There was a match I remember a couple of years ago, and they were outside a pub in Dublin near Lansdowne Road, and or the Aviva, but I think we all still call it Lansdowne Road. And this fella darted up an alley, trying to get away from it all, and he still got clumped in the head. It was so funny. He was trying to hide, and next thing this thing come fly. Where did this come from?
But it's so funny, that if you have, say, a local Dublin derby, say between Sligo Rovers and Bohemians, right? You have to have the fans at opposite ends of the ground, right? You cannot have them mixed. Yet you go to a GA match between Dublin and Cork, and they're all sitting next to each other having pints with each other. It's a totally different mindset in the soccer game,
And we go away with the international teams. We've probably got the best set of fans ever to live.
Well, I can speak with experience there. I've been on numerous Irish away trips, and we are the best fans you will ever get, bar nothing. If we get to America, you'll really see what they're like. I've seen stories there'll be tears tripping down your face at some of the antics they get out to. I'll just tell you one. We're in Prague playing the Czech Republic in a World Cup qualifier about 2007 or 8, I forget when it was. And there's a big square in Prague. It's massive. It's about 100 yards square, around the whole way around. And all the Irish fans congregated there and did a conga line the whole way around the square. And there was policemen there thinking there was going to be a riot. They were pulling the policemen into the conga line to join in with it. It was just hilarious, but so good humored and no badness at all.
I've got a couple of questions here, Philip. Big up. Wayne said his mam's from Tipperary. Lovely part of the country, Tip. Lovely. But Wayne says, beautiful. Right, who is your both Irish teams? Well, I'm going to go first. I think for the first division, of course, it's got to be Wexford. Yeah. Wexford, riding high. We're going to get promotion this year. Get out the champagne. The trophy's coming back to County Wexford. We're going to show you how it's done. And in the Premier League, it is St. Pat's. I do follow as well. Philip, who do you follow?
Well, I should be going for Longford Town in Division 1, but I'm not. I'm going for a team that plays the most northerly team, neighbours of Derry, but in County Donegal, it's Finn Harps.
Yeah.
Playing Ballybuffet in County Donegal. Nice little, tight little ground. Very passionate about the football up there. That's the county that gave us Packy Bonner and Seamus Coleman. They're both from Donegal. So I'm going to go for Finn Harps. And in the league, First Division or the Premiership, I'm going to go for Shelburne. And the main reason for going for that is that my 7-year-old grandson is a regular attender at Shelburne, so I can't really support anybody else.
No, and
those are his father, by the way. No.
Yeah, but also when there's a derby between us two, there will be fireworks.
That's true.
Right, and he says, "Can you give me an interesting fact of Irish history, Phil?"
Oh boy, where do you start on that one? I'll do the one with Michael Collins take over. That's probably the best one. You know that story, Dermot.
Yeah.
1922, whenever it was, the treaty to separate from England had been passed, and there was a function arranged for Dublin Castle for 1 o'clock. That the viceroy of Great Britain would hand over the keys of the country basically to Michael Collins, who, by the way, is related to Dermot. Dermot is a distant relation to Michael Collins. Anyway, Michael, the thing was set for 1 o'clock. 1:45, no sign of Michael Collins. He rolls in about 1:50, and the viceroy looked at his watch. Mr. Collins, you realise you kept us waiting 45 minutes for this event? And Collins' reply was, listen, you've kept us waiting 700 years. So I think 445 minutes doesn't make much of a difference. And the keys were handed over, and the rest is history.
Yeah, we've made the right balls of it, but we're getting there.
We'll get there. Yeah.
Look, I want to bring up a map of the teams just to give people a sort of if I can find it of where. Oh, here we go. Where the teams are in Ireland and where. Okay, won't let me download, so maybe I can share it. Yeah, I can share it. Where the teams are in Ireland, Philip, and maybe give the folks that don't know Ireland or don't know the teams in Ireland where they are. So let me bring it up. So this is Ireland, of course. You've got, of course, Derry up there with Finn Harps near you, Philip. You've got Sligo Rovers and
Derry,
Dundalk.
Rovers,
You've got Longford,
Galway,
Drogheda. You've got Athlone. You've got Galway United. You've got Bray Wanderers there in just outskirts of Dublin. You've got Limerick, Waterford United, Wexford Youths, Cork, and Coburn Ramblers. Now, they're the teams in Dublin. You've got Bows, you've got Shelburne.
Missing off that. Kerry team's not showing up there. The Kerry team's missing.
Yeah, this is from it's just to give people a rough idea of where we are.
Kerry's there in the corner, the left-hand corner.
Yeah. So for a small country, we've got a few teams, haven't we, here, jotted all over the country. You are right about Dublin. There's 6 teams in Dublin alone. So the inter-rivalry between Sherburn and St. Pat's or Shamrock or UCD or Bohemian or Bows, it is quite intense, isn't it, Philip? Really,
very intense. Yeah, very. It was, as I said, the local derbies will cost some teams points, because they are. There's the extra edge to them, and they can be the difference between winning the title and losing it.
Just to show also that, Derry is the one that's in the only Northern Ireland team again in the League of Ireland. That's important, isn't it? Because the League of Ireland as well and the Northern Ireland Football League, Philip, there was a bit of a disagreement around the Civil War, and they've never really got back together, have they?
Well, I'll tell you, there's a strange situation about that. The League of the Irish League, which is the team in the League of the North, the 6 counties, right? That is predominantly followed by Protestants, basically the loyalists, right? Whereas people living in the Catholic areas of Belfast would follow the teams in the League of Ireland. So you've probably got as many Derry City fans in Belfast as you have in Derry, even though they're in a different league. And also there's no love lost because I don't know if you can remember, but back in 1993, I think it was, we had to play a World Cup qualifying match up in Belfast.
Yes, that's right. I was watching it the other night, believe it or not. I actually found it. It's on YouTube.
Yeah. Well, the team had to fly back. They normally stay overnight after games like that. The team, because of security reasons, the team literally got off the pitch, into the coach, back to the airport to fly back to Dublin. because they reckon it wasn't safe for them to stay up there that particular night. So there was still a lot of rivalry going on there. The Northern Ireland ground, or where they play the Northern Ireland, play the matches, is Windsor Park, which is in a strongly loyalist area of Belfast. So that's why the Catholics and the sort of the Falls Road Brigade, as I call them, do not go and support any team in the Irish League.
Yeah, look, I think also, look, there is rivalry between us and the North. There's not many games we have with Northern Ireland, by the way, internationally. Domestically, there is, because of Derry going around. But as I said, Derry's very well supported up there. They really are. Do you know, I think it's important as well that we educate the non-Irish people that will be watching this, that the League of Ireland is a very good setup over here. Yes, there is improvements need to be made. But look, you, me have gone on about the FAI on more than one occasion with John Delaney, and we will do a show on the Delaney years and the sort of corruption that went along with nearly destroying Irish soccer, and it's starting to get back on its feet again.
Yeah.
But do you think, Philip, with the influx of Virgin Media and the FAA now trying to get back on its feet, that people are starting to come back to League of Ireland soccer because it's cheap, it's good football, it's good soccer over here, and we do call it soccer, not football, by the way. The reason why, very quickly, GAA is football and it's soccer over here. So if you're hearing soccer, you know, it does mean football. But we are coming back, aren't we? As a league, we are starting to grow a bit more. And do you think with the clubs doing well in Europe, that brings more revenue? More revenue needs better grounds. Better grounds means a better infrastructure.
And attracts better players as well.
And attracts better players. So, do you know, the FAA do have to rarely... Do you think the Premier League, the League of Ireland, needs to separate itself from the FAI? Because I think it does.
Oh, but who you know, it would mean setting up a completely new governing body, and that might cause problems. Plus the fact are you separating them from the Irish national team?
Yeah.
You know, it might be needed, Dermot, because I know after John Delaney, I mean, to give anyone who doesn't know who John Delaney is, all I'll say is this: he had a 50th birthday party for himself with a 007 theme, with him being James Bond, and he sent the bill for 50 grand to the FAI to pay for it. Enough said. So he didn't last too long after that. So it's taken years to bring it back into, and it's still not right. I mean, there are still issues, there are still problems, but at least now we've got a national team that from a very slow start, and from the graveyard years of Stephen Kenny in charge, we've now got a manager that seems to be doing something, and we're on the verge of qualifying for the World Cup.
Roll it back, mister. Roll it back. Roll it back.
The graveyard years of Stephen Kenny.
No, for the man who told me that he wanted him out of a job, he was your Stephen Kenny, and now he's on the verge of getting us to the World Cup. He's the greatest.
Listen, we'd all lost faith in him for the first few games. Dermot, we thought that, who's this guy? He better go back to being a dentist in Iceland. But he's proved us wrong, and we'll put hands up. We were wrong.
Well, do you want to explain to people about the Stephen Kenny thing, and then we're going to get to John Sinclair and Rhino's thing. Right, what happened was, and this is true story. This is true. Me and Philip, Dave Harris, and was it Ollie? Did Ollie come with us that day? Yeah. Ollie went to see Ireland versus Ukraine, and firstly, whoever picked the seats, it nearly killed me. I mean, I was nearly dead. Me and Dave nearly died.
We were in the back row. We were in the back row of the stand. Literally, oxygen masks provided. You know,
me, it was bad. Anyway. I think I said to you within 15 minutes, I want this manager out of here.
Yeah.
And then for the next 2 years, it was constantly Kenny out. And I didn't budge. All of you, give him time, Dermo. Give him time.
Dermot, you realise you're now supporting the team that he's managing now, so you're going to have to support him now. He's the St. Pat's manager now.
I know. He's still a gobshite.
I got you there.
He's still a gobshite.
I don't know. I'm just saying you're going to have to wind your neck in and support them this season now.
Why should I? Because look, St. Pat's may be doing all right, okay, and they're a good side, but I still don't like. It's like Tottenham. If I don't like the manager, I won't like the manager. I'll support the team, not the manager. Stephen Kenny is a idiot, always has been an idiot, and always will be an idiot. End
Do
of.
you not think he's
Right.
found his level, though? Do you not think he's found his level?
No, I think his level is under tree football, under fives football. That's his level.
On the 3.
The sooner he goes back to that, the better.
Kindergarten football, then.
Yeah. So big up John Sinclair. He says, big up Dermot and Philip. Great show. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Hope you're both well as vloggers. Yeah, well, me and Philip used to do the Tottenham channel until Philip retired. And then when I come up with this brainwave, he went, yeah, let's get the band back together. I'm hoping to do Irish football in the summer. Do as many as I can for sure. Another exciting league. It is going to be another exciting season, Philip, isn't it? And it is great. Irish soccer is good, and it keeps us entertained in the summer, doesn't it? When there's no Premier League or there's no.
Yeah, that's true.
Everyone seems to go back to the Irish football. Rhino is saying, Philip, why do the Republic of Ireland and the Northern Ireland don't get on? This is like me getting hit and the history right. How can we make it
1921 when the split came,
How can we make it political without making it political?
Well, it is political because
it is seriously.
The people that are looking after the Irish League do not want to join up with the League of Ireland. Simple as that. It's the same as the people that's in the 6 counties. Well, half of them want to join up, the other half don't. So it's not joining up at the moment. So we're going to be separate. And it's actually great because when the 2 teams are drawn together, there's a real edge when they play each other.
There is. They don't like each other. I watched that game the other night, Philip, 93. And I was watching it. And do you know what? We were lucky that night to come away with the point. We were really lucky.
That was the night. I could be wrong here. That was the night Gary Mackay scored for Scotland in Bulgaria that put us through to USA 94.
That was 88. That was 88.
Oh, was it? Sorry. Yeah, you're right. I'm mixing that up.
It was Spain. Spain beat Denmark 1-0.
That's right. I'm mixing up the World Cup. So yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah.
But yeah, we were lucky to win that night. We were really get the draw that night, I should say. Big up the rain says, haha, Dermot can't get. No, I can't get away.
Oh yeah.
I kept it very quiet when he became manager. I went, fucking bastard, why?
I just thought I'd remind you.
Yeah, thank you. You're very kind.
Anytime.
He says that all sincerely with his sincere face on them. You're grand. Look, where do you want to go next, Philip? Where do you want to go international? Should we go a bit about the Irish side?
Yeah, I mean, the international team, I mean, they came from, let's just say they came up on the rails to qualify for the playoffs. I mean, we were dead and buried, and we win it. Then we win the last 3 matches, and the last 2. Let's face it. Okay, I know the first game we won out in wherever it was, Azerbaijan, wherever it was. Then we were playing Portugal at home and Hungary away. And to be honest with you, I don't think anyone gave us really a hope of winning either of those matches. But there we did. We did it.
You know what? I did. I thought me and Derby were thinking of going to that Portugal game. And I thought, what's the point of going to watch us get beat by Portugal? I thought the draw seeing Ronaldo was probably, a thing in itself. But there was something in them players that night, Philip, that showed me the care. They do care.
They do. I mean, they do. And the fact, I was in America at the time of the Hungary game. Well, in fact, both of them were the Hungary game. And the place we were staying in actually had the match on TV, right? But I was called to go somewhere and I couldn't get away. I had to leave. We were losing 1-0. When I got back, I could see the score was 2 each. I thought, that's still not good enough. So I was just walking into the house when Flash Score put up big chance. You know, that big chance comes up in Flash Score. 3-2 to Ireland. But by the time I got in and got the TV set up again, the match was finished. But I was doing a jig. I mean, the people we were with thought I was crazy. What the hell is this guy doing?
I did it.
It's like your local team winning the Super Bowl. That's what this is like.
I remember doing the watch along to that game, and I remember giving out. We were 2-0 down. I thought, for fuck's sake, we're not going to win. And then 2-2. And then you got Kelleher, the last chance. He launches it. You get the flick on, and there's Troy Parrott then poking it in, a bit like Robbie Keane back in 2002 when he scored that goal against Germany. Do you remember?
Against Germany, yeah.
So look, with the Irish team with the World Cup, look, we are away to, is it Czechia?
Czechia. Yeah, we can beat them. Yeah.
and then it's Denmark. Then we think we'll reach the final.
So it could be Christian Eriksen standing in the way of us getting to the final.
Yeah. Well, look, we're going to end up there. This is the first of many shows coming up on this channel. Philip, so we've got the watch along Friday. So what we're doing, which game are we doing Friday?
I'll leave that choice to you, but I think probably Rovers St. Pat's might be the best one.
Yeah, it will be Rovers St. Pat's on Friday. Of course, a 7:45 kicker. We will be live here at 7:30 to go through the lineup, to go all year. It'd been like a watch long on THFC till we die as well. Next week there will be a podcast every Monday, at hopefully every Monday at 8:00, where we will talk all things of the weekend games gone by, talk about any stories coming out, and then also the build up to any European games this week. Now, is there any Irish teams in Europe this week? I think there might be in the playoffs. Did we make the playoffs?
No, I don't think so. No, I don't think so. This is the Champions League playoff this season at the moment.
Yeah.
No, there's no Irish teams left. No Irish teams left.
No. So look, we are going to cover extensively League of Ireland, the cup competitions, internationals as well. So what? Very lastly, Philip. Sorry, this is a little bit chaotic. Last end, it's the first show, and just trying to think of. I usually write things down. I didn't tonight. I just went off the cuff. So, Philip, last thing. Who was your team of the week last week, and who should people look out? If you were going to put a bet on in the bookies, where would you tell people to stick their fiver on this week?
I would stick. But this week, I think I would stick with fiver on Derry to beat Bohemians. I think St. Pat's and Rovers will be a draw. I think they'll because Rovers haven't played yet. And team to watch out for, I said, keep an eye on Shelburne against Galway. But I think Derry to beat Bohs would be my pick of the week.
I think so. I think my team of last week, it's Wexford, reaching the
top of the league after one match. Why not?
Top of the league. We could be in for a title charge this year.
Take a picture of it, Graham, because it won't last long.
Very funny. We will be covering Wexford as well. So any games that we don't do in the Premier League, we will be doing in the First Division. So Wexford will be getting a few games. But Philip, thank you so much for watching. You can see a lot more of us. I'm looking forward to this. Welcome to the channel. Please like, please subscribe. Let's get to 500 as quickly as we can. A big up to Rhino. He says, Phil, that's Philip gone. He said his battery wasn't going to last long. It certainly didn't last long. It says, Phil, do you think we'll get... Look, to answer you very quickly, right, I think we can get to the World Cup. The reason why I think we can get to the World Cup is I think we've got a good chance. I think we can beat Chechnya away from home. I think it's a game we can win. And look, if we do play Denmark, I think I'd back us to beat anyone at home in the Aviva. But when that's rocking and the fans are behind us and everyone going in the same direction, then yeah, of course we can. But guys, that is it. We will see you on Friday at 7:30 for the first watch along as well. So do join us then. But thank you all for watching. Do hit the like, do hit the subscription if you can. And whatever you do, keep it green. Come on, you boys in green. In Ireland, we trust.